All right, so in 2013, you and Versus the Best put out Ready to Juxx, right?
VS the
You got
best. Yeah. See, I did put rock with producers from all over, man. Marco from Canada, Archetype from Boston, Kyle from France, Endemic is from the
right.
UK, and VS the best from Philly, man. Yeah, and that was he came up with that title with Ready to Juxx, and with the theme, and I was like, yeah, I just ran with that shit. And that was a crazy album, man. I'm glad I did that one. We did the whole, I was a big Biggie fan, so to pay homage to him, and and that effect was it's fucking dope, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. And you had Sky Zoo, Nutso,
Yeah.
Rock, you know what I mean? I was just talking to C the Cuban today, and he was bigging you up and everything because Nutso was his man, right?
Right, right.
Yeah. So he was shouting you out, man. And he had done but the best to say about you.
Nutso's my brother, man. Nutso is a good dude, man. Word. Salute the Queens, man. Word.
Now, one of your most personal songs is Bottom to the Top, right?
Right.
On the song you talk about growing up, um, and basically you ain't have shit growing up with just your mom and your little sister, and your dad was missing, and he had
Mhm.
issues with substances, and he passed away when you were just 10 years old.
Yeah.
Now, I know your Uncle Ray, he helped fill a lot of like void for you as far as like having a positive male role model in your life and everything, right?
Mhm.
But how do you think that affected you as far as like not having your dad around early on?
It affected both of us. I mean, it hit us hard. Like my sister she always needed her father's love, man. Because you can't, you just got one parent, you just get dealing with, what I mean? You need a two-parent household, man. Like that's a boy and a girl. You need your father in your life, man. That's why
You
I'm
need
such
that
a,
balance.
that's why I'm such a hands-on father, man. You know what I mean? Like I ain't never, my kids they will never grow up and say, go through the shit or feel the pain I felt. You know what I mean? I always, like, I'll be upset with my mother and I'll be like, damn, I wish I could go live with my father, but I couldn't live with him. You know what I mean? When I was little. And then he passed at 10. So that was it. I was just, it was just in there with my moms. You definitely need your father, man. On my latest album, on my new album, I don't want to skip all the way ahead, but my latest album, I got a song called "Where Were You At?" Where were you? Where were you at? And I'm talking about my pops and shit. That's the first time I did a song about him. You know what I mean? Like I spoke about him before, but now this is like a whole song. Word. So that shit still affect me to this day.
Right. I mean, like that's difficult stuff, bro. You know what I mean? Like at that time when he wasn't around, did you have conversations with your mom, or like did she help you process that, or like it was just something that you had to deal with as you were growing up to like understand as time went on?
I mean, I knew what it was. He was already gone. So it was nothing, it was just, I had to just figure shit out.
Right.
And you need a man to teach you how to be a man. Word.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, shout out to all the single moms out there, shout out to your mom and everything, and they do their
Yeah.
best to try to make up for it. But at the end of the
Yeah, but
day,
they can only do from what they could do from as a woman. But
right, exactly.
a man gotta really teach you, you know what I mean, how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different shit, you'll learn. If you got a good father, you know what I mean? Because you can have a father in your life and he be bullshit, he ain't no real man. So, you know what I mean? He still can't teach you. But if you got a good father, you know what I mean, that shit'll help you out in life, man, like forever. You straight. A lot of the mistakes you made, you wouldn't have made them. You know what I mean?
So, what made you decide on the new album to finally make a song like that about him?
But it was the beat, man. A lot of them beats, they speak to me. I'm like, yo, this is what I need to talk about, man. So, and this album, I wanted, a lot of albums I might do it all the way hardcore. Some albums I do just like how I did Indestructible or VIC, where it be just a whole bunch of different concepts. And this was a bunch of concepts on this album. So, shout out to Wounded Buffalo Beast, man. Word.
And how would you sum up that song? Just talking about like, where was he? Like why he wasn't there? Like why he couldn't be? more or what?
Yeah, I was speaking about all of that, man. I'm trying to think of the line when I was like, "I grew up with my mother alone, but where was you at? Pick me up on the weekends, you couldn't do that?" Like, I was just saying a lot of different shit, like, I was like, "I remember that one time you took me to the movies." I remember that one time I was like, "I remember that one time you took me to the movies. It was something, you never knew what it meant to me." You know what I mean? Like, that was like I was growing up. I mean, when he was there, I remember one time getting ready to go see him, and I was like, "Damn, what am I gonna call him? Am I gonna say daddy or father?" Like, he wasn't around. You know what I mean? I didn't even know what to call him.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't in the song I was talking about, I forgot how his voice sound. You know what I mean? Like, even when he was there, it was like far in between. So, you know what I mean? That shit is just crazy.
You know, it's crazy because like what you're talking about, like with that line when you say that, you know, you didn't know what it meant to me, it's like it's like that inner child in you still saying that. Like
Yeah, I was so excited. You never knew what it meant to me. Like, that shit was
right.
crazy. I remember one time he brought me a toy, and he was telling me it was a Castle Grayskull, and that was one of the illest shits. Like, the whole Castle Grayskull, it was big as a motherfucker. It had the mouth was the jaw bridge. You know what I mean? Like, you open it and shit, and you could open the whole castle, and it got a bunch of like booby trap shits, a whole bunch of shit. And he was telling me, he like, yo, I was telling him that I wanted the He-Man, and he was like, "Yo, you want the He-Man, the action figure, or you want the Castle Grayskull with the action figure in it?" So I was like, "Yeah." And when I got this shit, it was just the Castle Grayskull. It wasn't no action figures in it. And I was like, "Yo." But then later on, I got the He-Man. I forgot I think my mom's got me the one where you put the caps in his back, like for the cap gun, and he turned around, pow, like he be smoking and shit. I was like, "Yo, this shit ill." And I had like the Skeletor with the dent chest, like when you punch him in the chest, it dent up.
Right.
So yeah, man, but yeah, man, shit was just unfortunate, man.
You know, but the beautiful thing is that it taught you the kind of father you needed to be though.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean?
Nah, I'm always there for my kids, man. Any kind of way they already know they could depend on me for anything.
For sure.
Talk to me about whatever.
Tell me about Death by Stereo project that you did with Beat Bruisers, Pause One, and Mando the DJ that came out in 2015.
Yeah, salute my brother Paul's One, man. He another good dude, man. Just like my man Nusso. Paul's One is super official, man. We did that project. Um, that shit was official. I came out there. Matter of fact, I did one song and then I shot the video. Like, I shot my part. No, what's I did with them? I know. I think I came out to Cali to perform, and then I shot
Mm,
the part for the video. And then they started sending me songs when I got back to finish it up. Pardon me. And that whole shit was dope, man. I love that album.
yeah.
Word.